Hi guys, welcome to this session of Microsoft Access tutorials with Don Gichai. Today I'll be taking you through KCSE Paper 3 Computer Studies Project year 2020. The title was Fedha Youth Group Management System, and we shall start as usual by a demonstration. Therefore, this is how the system are gonna be. Therefore, the system launch, this is called the switchboard, therefore, or the dashboard. Then after you click on the dashboard, you'll be taken to the next dashboard, or we can just call it a menu, and therefore for that case you have the forms. Therefore these are the forms, where in the forms you can have registration of members, contributions, you can apply loan, you can compute dividends, you can clear loan, you can also have loan repayment. Also you can go for the financial analysis, also apply exit, and also approve exit. On the other hand, you can have the reports, where you can do the reports. Therefore, for the reports, we have type of loan, repayments, pending loan, all loans, cleared loans, contributions, dividends, financial analysis, exit application, etc. And for example, if you hit on this one, you'll be in a position to see registered members, and that is registered members, and also that is, you can also see the member name and the fees registration. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be taking you through how to come up with the Fedha Youth Group system, or how you are expected to, that is to tackle the project. Remember, I have also done KCSE 2020-2021 paper 1 and also paper 2. The videos are up there. You can just go through it and also download the materials from my website. That is the URL, or the address of my website is just below this video. Therefore, welcome. Therefore, you start by creating a Microsoft Access file. You can have this one as Fedha UMIS year 2020. Then you double click on your file. Therefore, once you double click on your file, this is our file. Therefore, on the other hand, this is our file here. We maximize it. Therefore, this is our file. Therefore, it's always important to enable the contents. Then from there, we shall start by creating the required tables. And for that case, we can start with our first table. Therefore, our first table is contributions table, where we have the contribution ID. Then we have the member ID. Then we have contribution amount. You also have the contribution date. Then we also have the count route, how many times you have paid, total shares. Then this is a number, this is date and time. Contribution amount, this is number. Then this is the primary key. That is our first table. Therefore, this table of ours is called contributions. That is contribution table. Then from there, you close that one. You create the next table, create. Therefore, you also create the next table. The next table is exiting table. Therefore, you have the exit ID. We have we have member ID. We also have, that is, notice date. We have exit day. We have whether has run, yes or no. Then guarantee to someone. Then we have reason. What is the reason for exit? Reason for exit. We have approved. We also have date approved. Then we give the respective data types. This is the date, approved, yes, no. Then from there we go to date and time. This is date and time, this is date and time. Then exit ID, this is the primary key. Therefore we save this one as exiting table. We proceed to the next table, create table. Therefore the next table is round table. Therefore we go to the round table, we have running ID and the primary key for that matter. Then we have roll ID. Then we have borrow date. We also have round due. We have member ID. We have months contributed, total shares. We have round remit. We also have borrow amount. We have interest. Then we have total loan. Then guarantors. We have guaranteed amount. Then installments. Then we also have clear. Then borrow amount, guaranteed amount number. This is number. Then we go to borrow amount. This is the number. Then these ones, this is date and time. That is date and time. You also have loan due, date and time. Good. Then we can save that one. Save that one as a loan. Then we proceed to the next table. Close that one. Create table. We proceed to the next table. The next table is loan repayment. Therefore, for the loan repayment, we have repay ID. Then we have repay date. Then we have amount. We have running ID. We have member ID. We have installment number. Then we have run. Good. Then for this one is the primary key. Then repay date. This is date and time. Amount, you can have large number. running ID. This one's, the others remains the same. Therefore this table is loan repayment table. Good. Then loan repayment table. Then we cross that one. We go to the next table. We go to the next table, create table. Therefore you also go on. Therefore the next table is loan type. We have loan type. Therefore you have the loan ID, loan ID. This is primary key. Then we have loan type. Then we have interest rate. Then repayment period. Repayment period. Then shares times. For these ones are numbers apart from the first two. Therefore this one is number. Then we save this one as loan type. Then we proceed. We create also the next table that was expected. Therefore the next table that was expected here is the members dividend. We can have members dividends. So we have dividends ID. For dividends ID. So this is the primary key. Then we have member ID. Then personal shares. We have group total shares. Then we have dividends. Then we also have now the member dividends. Good. Those ones are all text. Therefore this is the member dividends. Member dividends. We save that one. Then create table. We also create another table. You are expected also to have a table called members table. Therefore you have the member ID. You also have the members name. Member name. Then age, gender, registration fee. Good. Then we save this one as members table. Then create the Rust table. We go to our Rust table. Our Rust table is profiting. We have a profiting table. Therefore you have period ID. Then we have total shares, borrowed loans. Then we have fixed deposit amount. Then we have fixed deposit and revenue. We have group profit, office maintenance, office maintenance. Then we have total dividends. Then we have member share dividends. Good. Then we save this one. This one is profiting. Therefore, those are some of the tables that were expected, and if you are keen enough, these are the tables. Therefore, these are the tables that are supposed to be created. Therefore, remember, after every table, we usually create queries, and for that case, we shall create a query. And this query of ours, we shall call it round query. It will be a combination of three, that is 3 tables. And for that case, go to create, then query design. We have the members table. We have row type. We also have the row. These are the tables we require here. Then we can just save this one as row query. We shall drop the fields written because we need to create a relationship. Therefore, just go to relationship, right click here, just say show table. We have all these tables there, but now we need to have member ID from members table. Members ID going to row table. Just a moment, we need row. Where is the row ID? Row ID goes to row. Just look at row ID. Good. You can have that one. Therefore, we shall create the others as we proceed. Also, there is this one, member ID. This one can member ID. Let's check for the data type. Then we shall just create the relationship as we proceed, depending on which table we shall see important to have a relationship. Therefore, just go to this one. Therefore, we drop these fields here. We have the running. We have borrow date, run due. We have run due. We have member ID from run. Then we have total shares. That way. Run ID from run ID, run type. You also have repayment period. That way. Then we have the repayment period, share times here, share time. Then borrow amount, interest Then we have total on guarantors, then proceed, guaranteed amount, then we have the installments. Therefore, that is our total query. That is our own query. Yeah. Then we also need to come up with another query, very important query. We shall call it the apply exit query. Therefore, apply exit, just go to create, go to query wizard, click on OK. Therefore, we look at exiting table, we draw everything to the right. Next, just hit finish. Therefore, we have exiting, and that is exiting query. You also need that one. That is the exit, apply exit. You can just call it apply exit. This one you can just go to rename. This one is apply. Okay, for if we go back to the relationship, your relationship will look like this, where member ID is related to member ID of the round table. Then the rounding ID is related to round ID. Then here also you can see member ID is related to member ID of this one. Also this member ID is related to this member ID, and therefore for that case our parent table is the member table that is supplying the relationship. Therefore, if you double click on this one, you'll be in a position to see that this is one-to-many relationship. Yeah, that is whatever probably I wanted us to see. Then when you go back to our query, therefore if we go back to this, if we pull this up a bit, in our query here we have used the members table. We have also used the round table. This one, these are the feeds. These are the feeds that we created together. Then this is the round type. Therefore, you drop the feeds as follows. Then when it comes to round due here, this is how you're supposed to calculate the round due. You're supposed to calculate the round due as follows. Now look at this. Therefore, round due is borrow date plus 28 multiplied by repayment period. Therefore, that's how it should be. But don't worry, if you have to understand this database, just download it for free from my website so that you can be in a position to go through it. Then as we proceed, we go to this other part here. Then we have round limit. The round limit, you just type total shares multiplied by share times. If share, you have a share of 500,000, then you can get a round of 1.5 million, 1.5k. Then we have this one, interest. See how I have calculated. Therefore, interest is the interest rate times borrowed amount multiplied by repayment period. Then we have this one also. We have also this one. Then this is the total loan is borrowed amount plus interest. That is obvious. Then here we have guaranteed amount. Here the guaranteed amount should be the total loan minus total shares. Then we have the installment. The installment is how you calculate it. You calculate the total loan divided by repayment period. Then you can be in a position to see the installment. Therefore, you can just download this one from my website so that you can be in a position to see exactly what I have done. Then after having done the round query, you will notice that I have also done the other queries in the background because it's just copy paste. Therefore, we have done together the round and also the apply exit. This one we have also done together with you, where I have used the query wizard to populate this. But there is something I want us to go through together. This part here, that is the exit date. The exit day you have been told should be 30 days. You should give a notice of 30 days, and therefore it is the exit day. That is the exit day should be the notice date plus 30 days. Therefore that one is the only calculation that I have done there. Then after having done that one, let's go through the other queries. Therefore you can go together with this other query here. Therefore if you go to a query like or exit, if you right click and go to design view, this one, you realize that I have used the query apply exit, and that's why I took you through the two queries only, because those are the queries that are used in any other query. And therefore this one here, this function now gives the today's date, the today's date and time, that is equals to now. Then on the other hand, if you go to clear on here, design if you go to clear on this way, this one has been created using Ron query. That is the query we created first, and that's why we had to create it first. Therefore the only calculation done here is that in Ron equals to interest plus borrowed amount. That is also very important, and therefore from that point we can go now ahead and look at this update query here. This query here, I explain what this query is actually doing. This is the query here. This one, just this. Therefore the query here, let me zoom for you. This query has been created from contribution table. As you can see, this is the contribution table. These are the feeds, and therefore this is an update query. We are updating, when you hit that query, we are updating contributions. That is the total shares. We shall be doing the total shares. That is that is the field. We shall be updating the total shares and also the contribution amount. Here we shall be also be updating the count route throughout. Therefore it will just be in a position. If it was 1, then it becomes that one plus the other value. Then, ladies and gentlemen, after having done that one, we need to go straight to the report, to the forms. Therefore we need to create the forms, and for that matter, to create the forms, you only need to know which form you want to come up with. And therefore, like for example, I want us to do the form, that is the form called clear on, that is clear on form. And therefore what you need to do is just go to this point here. We go to, that is to create, then you go to form design. This is how you come up with the form. Therefore you go to this design, then you go to properties. When you go to properties, you just go to record source, then you choose the query. I want to use clear on, then I can cross that one. Then now go to add existing list. For this is what I needed to have. You can just hold shift and click all of them, then drag them here. Therefore from that point now I can be in a position to arrange them the way I want. Then right click, make sure there is a form header and footer that way. Make sure that one is available, so that you can be in a position now to do the necessary. Therefore need to, for example, do something on this. Go to format, we make them 14, increase the size that way. So you can see those ones are now clear. Then you can also do the same to this. Like now I want them to be size 14 and bold. Then they should be somewhere here. Then you can also go and bring the design. I go to this point and bring this rectangle. Yeah, that is called the box. On the other hand, I may also need to populate a list box by going to this point, then take a list box. This is combo list box. Good. For example, I need to have the list box here. Therefore, I just go, I want from another table, that is clear on. We can still use a query. Clear on this one. Then which fields do we need? We need the member. For example, we need the running ID. That one. We need the borrowed amount to be displayed, and something like loan itself, like that. Therefore, you just go to, this is how it will look like. Then go to next, finish. Then you remove this label here, that way. Then you go to properties, go to format, data, let's see, resource, let's go to all and see what we need. Column count 3, these are column headings, yes. For example, if you need to see them, and therefore for that case you have something of the sort. See this one, this is a list box. It will be showing you whatever, for example, you are doing here. It will be in a position to show you some of the details that you need. Therefore, you can also go to design view, change the color of this by right clicking, then going to this point, then you can assign some color. Also, on the other hand, you can cross this, you can cross that one, then go to this label here, then you can draw something like now clear on something like clear on. Then go to format, and then you can assign a heading like that. Then on the other hand, you can still go to design, take this box, draw it there. Also take another box, draw it here, can remove that. Then we need these buttons here. Like now, you can just go to record operations, save record, next. You choose this one. Therefore, this one you can just click on something like save, update on. Then you hit on finish. This is like the button we need. Then after doing that, you can just go to properties, then go to event. Here you'll get embedded macro. You hit the 3 dots. Then once you hit the 3 dots, you can just go to something like here, message title. Like now here you can have the message as record has been updated. Update records. Then you save. So when you click this one, this button, it will make sure that this one has been saved here. Therefore, on the other hand, you can just go to this point again and draw the navigation buttons. Next, go to next record, that way. Then go to previous. Then you can also highlight this, go to properties, or then go to back style here, the back color of these buttons of ours. We need them to be black. That way, then hover, when the cursor passes over hover color here, you can change the hover color to something like red. Therefore that means, you see, that's what I mean. Therefore your buttons looks something like that. Therefore this is how you can come up with the buttons, so that the buttons can be in a position to reflect what you want. On the other hand, you can still include a combo box here. Like now, you'll notice that most of the forms combo box has been used. Like now, you can have this. Let's just have these ones drop a bit, just downwards. Just downwards. That way, therefore, just go to this point, take a combo box, draw the combo. That way, then find a record. Therefore, we need to find a record. So just go to next. We need to find the running ID and also something like the amount borrowed, run, and clear next. This is what we shall have. Then next, go to next, then finish. Then this one you can just choose this, just call it go to, highlight, go to format, then have something of the sort. This is go to. Then if I run this one this way, you see now I'm in a position to go straight to where I want. Like now, this guy, this is somebody different, you see. You'll be in a position to go to that guy straight away by just choosing from this, or just going to next. Therefore this one will be just easier to navigate through through these guys, as you have this one done. Therefore that is the way we can just come up with the clear on. But on the other hand, we can still remove this, have these ones somewhere here. That is, so that way then you can have another button here to cross the form. Therefore go to form operations, cross form, next, text, finish. For this is our cross form button. Then go to properties, back color, can have it as red. That way. So that when we cross this one, I will be in a position to go back. Therefore this is clear. This is clear run. Clear runs form. Then we can proceed and go to the run calculator. You can have a run calculator form where we shall see how these fields can be calculated. That is, we have the run calculator. The run calculator. Therefore, for the run calculator, we can just have something called unbound buttons. Therefore, unbound means they are not connected to any table. And therefore you can just create a run calculator. Just go to create, then we go to form design, then right click, first of all save it. This is the run calculator. Therefore the run calculator, we have the run. So you can have the run. Sorry, you take the text box, can have the run. Then you can also have total installment. Then you can also have the heading amount. You can also have the next one. The next one can be that is the amount, periods, rate. You have the rate. You also have payable, what you need now to pay. Therefore this one is run loan. This is total installments. Then this one is adding amount. Then we have this one as the amount, the principal amount. Then we have periods. Period in months. Period in months. Then you can also have the rate. Then payable. This is the payable amount. You highlight, you go to format, that way. This is our calculator. Then for this one you can have 14 and in a different color. This is our loan calculator. Go to design, have this one as loan calculator. Loan calculator. Go to format, do the necessary loan calculator. What is our loan calculator? It can be bigger, our loan calculator. Then we can have a button here. That is calculate. Now, oh my god, the flash form data. Therefore, this one just hit it as calculate. That is the calculate button. Go to format, calculate. We can just still format this button, back color, but the color should be white. For that is calculate. Then this one should be changed to something like gray. Then go to form, make it pop up, make it model. Yeah, so that it looks like a calculator that way. Therefore, after doing that, we go to this part. We go to this part. Make sure these ones are up to the same. That way. Then we go to format, we left align them. Right align them that way. Therefore, our calculator looks like that. It is a smart one. Then now we just do the necessary. Go to adding amount. This one. Therefore, the adding amount for that case should be equal to this one. This is text you read here. This is text 1. Text 1. And this is text 1. Therefore, this is text 1, and for the heading amount here should be equal to text 1 minus text 3 minus text 3 here minus text 3. Therefore, this is text 3, this is text 1. If we just put it that way, then from there we go to payable here. Sorry. Therefore, for this one equals to amount. Amount is this one. Therefore, first of all, it equals to amount. Amount is text 7. This is text 11. Text 11. This is text 9. Therefore, this is text 7. For that case, just come to this point equals to text 9 multiplied by rate text 11, just confirm. Therefore it is equals to amount, which is text 7. Therefore we just change this to text 7 times rate is text 11. That is okay. Plus, therefore this one is Aaron, so you put that bracket, plus, therefore plus now amount which is text 7 multiplied by text 9, therefore should be plus text 9 times text 7. What is the period? This one. This is the period, which is text 9 multiplied by rate text 11. So this one should be text 11 here. You can change here to 9. Should be text 11 that way. Then from here, if you run that one, if now we have a row of that one, and for example you have assigned amount that one, period 2, rate of 0.9. Just a moment. Therefore, once you hit on refresh, it should calculate for you. Therefore, that's how you come up with the ending amount. That is with the that is how you should have the calculator working. The calculator should be working that way. Therefore, you need to do that one, and then you'll be in a position to have the calculator working. Therefore, that is the calculator form. We save that one. Therefore, so far we have our clear run. We also have our run calculator working. Therefore, you can also have the member registration form. Therefore, cross that one. You right click here, cross. Therefore, you can have the member registration. Just go to create. You need the member registration. You can hit this, then this. It seems our wizard is not working fine. Let's just do it. Member registration. Finish. Delete this. We just do it. Therefore, just go to create, then form wizard. Here, choose the member registration table. Member registration, members table. Send everything to the right. Next. We want columnar next. Finish. If I can have this one created for us by the wizard, we just need to edit. If I just edit this one by giving it a favorable color. That is not favorable. That way, then you can just change this to a different color. That way, then something like 14. Good. Then this is our members registration. Members registration table, and that is form, sorry. Then do the necessary. Then pull this downwards, go to design, go to box, this rectangle. You can draw it here so that you can have your navigation stuff. You can just have go to next. Then you can also have go to previous. Go to previous. Then go to the next one. Record operation delete. You can have delete a record included there. and also add record. You can also have add record included there. Record operations, add record, that way. For this way, you'll be registering your members from that point, that way. Good. Therefore, that is our member registration form. This way, we shall be registering our members, but you can just make it model. If we just go to all here, just make it as pop-up and model, so that it can be something smart. Therefore, this one is a pop-up and model setting set. Therefore, this is our members registration table, that is form. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are keen, you can just see that I am utilizing the tables and forms, and therefore the important stuff was actually the queries and the tables. With those ones, after coming up with the tables, then you are in a position to come up with the whole thing. Then we can also proceed to dividends table, whereby you can create the dividends table, that is the dividends form. And for that case, it will just be simple, as we have done the following, the others. Therefore, just go to that one, go to wizard. This one time round, you are using the tables, therefore members, dividends, send everything next, tabular, finish, that way. Therefore, you can see it is easy to come up with the tables, that is with this stuff. So this one can just be somehow exchanged that way. You can just pull this a bit downwards, that way, somewhere there, so that you can be in a position to draw the box, just to make it beautiful. And remember, you can also adjust the thickness of the line here, and also the color of the line. The color of the line, you can change the color of line as I have done. Therefore, just highlight this, just highlight everything, go to format, do as we are doing to any other, that way, to make them readable. Then after doing that, you also need to include this members dividends. You also need to include what we call the navigation buttons. Therefore, you need to do the navigation buttons, and therefore for that case, for the navigation button here, you can just add them here. You can also add the combo box for easy identification, just like I took you through. Therefore, go to this, go to members dividends, next, go to something like member ID, search, next, finish. Therefore, for that case, I am in a position to go to there is only one member. Therefore, if there is 10 members, they will be in a position to go here. Then I can click on one. Then I will be skipped or jumped to the member I need. So you can just call it this one search, or go to that way. I can just have this one's format that way. You see, now you can in a position to do that. Then for the navigation buttons, we had the members table here. Had the members table where we had this. Just copy this. Just copy that once. Then paste them here. Just paste them here. You don't need to get tired. That way. Therefore, you can see they are working. Therefore, that's one way you can just go do your project so fast by copying the buttons. Therefore, at this point, you choose form, then make them model and pop up that way, so that they can be smart. Then after doing that, on the members, let's do one report. Like now, we can do a report on we create a report of all members. Therefore, just go to report wizard, members tables and everything. Next. You need it to be tabular. Next. This is members, all members. If I can just hit on finish, then this is the all members. I just needed to adjust it. Like now the gender is too large, hiding another important field here. See, now this one should be pulled back. Member ID is also so big. Can just pull it that way, then so that the member name can be some. Then the age is exaggerated. The age is exaggerated. Just do a bit of formatting. Therefore, this one should be bigger. Then from here we can just do this. Go to format and make that bold. Therefore, this is members, all members, lists. Then you can see it. This is how it looks like. It's now smart. Now right click, go to design view, cross it. I want to show you how you can connect that one. Therefore, just go to members table. We need a button here to view members. Therefore, just go to concentrate these ones. Therefore, these ones can be up to that point. Therefore, for this case, this can be add a member that way. That is add a member. Then we can just go to this point, hit the button, then draw it here. Just go to report operations, preview report, next, or members, next, text here. Just click view members, registered, view members registered, then finish. View registered members, then finish. That way. Then go to back color here. Change it to something like red. Format color, put something black and bold. Then save this one. And therefore, for this case, if I hit this one, you see, it will take me to the report. That's how you have seen that I have done a lot of connections where I needed to do this. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to just do the other reports in the background and also the other remaining forms in the background. Then I'll be in a position to explain about what you expected to do. Now that I have given you all the tips on how the 2020 Fedha Youth Group was supposed to be done. The other tables that is the other forms. After having done that, you can have the verify exit. Therefore, for the verify exit, this is how it looks like. This one you create from. I have taken you through all the tips. I have shown you how to create this one by using the combo. Also, I have shown you how to create a list box. And therefore, for this one, you are supposed to create it like this so that you can have if you go to design view of this one, that is the exit here. Then I go to this part here. This one, it will show you the record source is or exit, and or exit is a query. Therefore, this query we created with you. Therefore, this form is getting data from or exit. That is all you need to know. And once you know that one, you just come to this point here. You come to this point, then you'll be in a position to see this. that is this, you've been in a position to see the feeds. Therefore, these are the feeds that have been used here, apart from the list box, which is that is apart from the list box, which I showed you how to go about it. You just take it from here, then you connect. Then the next thing is the contribution table. This one I have not done on the screen. This one I have showed you how to connect. These are reports. How to connect a report I have showed you. Also, this one I took you through how to do the combo, and therefore allow me to show you now that you have this database on my website, where you'll be in a position to download and go through it. Allow me to show you how to come up with the splash form. That is for the first one. Therefore, you just go to create, then you go to form design. Then this form of ours, we need it to maximize when the screen around opens, and therefore for that case, you just go to this point here. You go to event. When this one reads the form, you go to event, then you go on road here, event procedure on road. At this point on road, event procedure, you hit the 3 lines there, then write do cmd dot maximize. That is the code to make sure that everything works. Therefore, this can call it splash that way. Then after doing that, that is for this part, then you can go to the same button. Let's go back to properties. Then you go on key press. On key press here. On key press, what should happen here? On key press, what happens? If for that case, like on key press, open another table. That means you have to create a macro. Therefore you just go to create, then macro. Here you just type open form. Therefore you choose the form. I want to be opening something like for example, I want to open this one. Therefore I save that one as open main. That is my macro. Then I can cross it here. So when I am in this form, when I got property sheet here on key place here, on key place, it will open the macro on main. That then I save on key place. That is where I press any key to open. Therefore, for this case, I can assign a picture here. Just go to properties again. That is the property sheet. This is the property sheet of mine. You make sure here is reading form, or then here. Therefore, you then go to picture. Where the picture is, you hit the 3 dots. Then you go to my pictures. Like now, I want to have that one, that bird there. That way. Therefore, this is what I want it to be. Then I go to this point and write my title using the label. But this is Fedha group, Fedha youth group management system. That way. Then I go to format. That way. Then you make sure that one is bold that way. And from there, I can just type management system. I can just type here, press any key to continue. Like now here I can just type press any key to continue. Therefore I just now go to format. I increase that font size, press, it is too large, 50. Press any key to continue. So press any key to continue. That is all. Therefore this way, you see now this will load. Then press any key to continue, you see. It now opens the forms as I want. And then for this one, how to come up with a switchboard, just hit the address below this video. I have put the address on how to create a splash form, on how to create a login screen, and also on how to create the dashboard. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. See you in my next session.